Hello and welcome back to Bannerlord Modded. I've been doing a bunch of off-screen because there basically hasn't been much to do, really. I mean, the only things that I could really spend my time doing were tasks, making money, and just trying to make sure that my forces level up at a reasonable rate. And obviously that is going to involve me fighting a bunch of bandit parties and attempting to perform as many tasks as possible. Thankfully, I could combine some of these by doing escort caravan missions as well as brigand elimination tasks, which was exactly what I ended up doing. Otherwise, I've got this rather, well, goofy-looking fellow right here, and he is indeed giving me a very easy task. And now, I've had this task many times in my off-screen time, and it is absolutely amazing because I don't know whether it scales. I think it probably does, dependent on your level or something like that, but this guy right here has given me a massive amount of cash. Okay, so boom, save yourself that amount, boom, there you go, done. Look at that. Over the past, I don't even know how many in-game days it's been since the previous episode, but however long it has been, this guy has literally given me about, I don't even know, 25,000, maybe 30,000, and I've only had to spend about 6,000 or 7,000 myself to gain that massive profit, as well as obviously all the other tasks that were intertwined with that, and obviously me having to walk all the way around here. I went to Ascar to buy some more horses because I was finding that I was moving a little bit too slowly, because I did actually see that Sylvind was not really doing anything. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, but she was very passive, did basically not much at all. After you saw her leave my army, she basically just stood in Ortisia doing nothing. So I decided, okay, let's get her back into the army, and we'll hopefully have her, you know, accomplishing some really cool things in combat. What do you bet she's going to die the second battle that we go into? It is most likely, isn't it? Anyway, we already have a bit of a war declaration on our hands here, and that is exactly what we're going to try. And, well, we're going to try and attack some people. We're going to try and attack some people. This is maybe going to be a little bit problematic. My guards have been destroyed. Well, that's not very nice, is it? Anyway, we're going to go into the trade screen here because what I want to do is I want to buy some more horses. I've been actually attempting to buy as many regular horses as I can get my hands on, not the ones that increase your inventory capacity as you would normally do with a trader. But generally, I'm not really trading that much anymore anyway, so it doesn't really make that much sense. But as you can quite clearly tell, we're hemorrhaging a little bit of cash right here, which I'm not a big fan of, but it's okay. As you can see, I've got a pretty decent amount of cash. I did sell a couple of weapons for about 20k each. I sold maybe about 5-6 of those guys, and then the rest of the money that I made was just purely from tasks and doing the in and out quest and the escort caravan mission and brigand missions and so on, and also selling the random loot that I've gained over the time too. So that's obviously pretty good. Anyway, this guy is actually moving much faster than me for some reason. No, he's actually moving at 2.7, which is exactly the same. It's kind of annoying, isn't it? Yes, it's kind of annoying that he's doing this. And we've actually, wow, we took that already? Are you serious? Yeah, we took that already. Wow, that was extremely fast. That was really quick. Okay. Yeah, so this guy seems like he's going to be very far away and very quick to get away as well. Technically, I could actually get this. Do you think I should... You know what? I have my hands full taking care of this as it is, so I'm actually just going to vote for one of these guys instead. Let's see. Let's vote for this guy. He's the one that took it after all. Oh yeah, I have a good amount of influence now as well, because obviously I've been doing a whole bunch of things off screen, and me gaining influence from that, and, you know, fighting enemies and so on and so forth has definitely contributed to the amount of influence that I had beforehand. So, because obviously I had, I think, negative 22 when I logged in. And now, well, obviously I don't have that anymore. I have a much higher value, which is quite nice. Anyway, we're going to go into Battanian territory, and I'm literally just going to go straight in there. I don't really care about this guy anymore. He's kind of annoying, isn't he? You know what? Let's dismiss Nathanos, and let's get him to chase him down. Hopefully Nathanos is fast enough. Actually, I'm faster than this guy now, so maybe I can even catch up to him. Slightly. Where are you going, Nathanos? Are you an imbecile? I think he is, actually. 4.5, we're moving at 4.6. I should be able to catch this guy. There we go. Okay, so we finally caught him. Does he have any fiefs? It doesn't seem as though he has any fiefs. Is he the leader of the clan? No, he is not. So I will obviously not be. Oh, I hate that. Why have they changed the positioning of that thing? Oh well, whatever the case, it's still gonna be absolutely fine for us to go in here, do some damage, and hopefully level up my crossbows, because I purchased a new crossbow for about 13,000 from one of the nearby imperial towns. I think it was in was it Lycaron? Might have been Lycaron. I'll take a look at the world map after this and see if I can maybe let you know about it, because it's a pretty cool crossbow. It's got some nice accuracy to it. It's basically got better stats all the way across the board for what you would want a crossbow to have. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it, but obviously I can't use it right now. So we're just going to have to try and level up my crossbow skill a little bit. Oh, nice headshot. Actually, no, that wasn't the headshot. Are you serious? Ah, that wasn't the headshot. Okay, well, that's absolutely fine then. No problem. Nice. Okay, we need another 15 crossbow points. Yes, another 15 crossbow skill points, and then we should be okay. Yeah, nice. We're getting some good skill up right there. Oh, yeah, someone actually mentioned, how am I leveling up my skills so fast? Well, that is primarily due to Chaos's tweaks. If you want to take a look at that, there is a link in the description. I was finding that the base game had a bit of a problem with skill speed in terms of the amount of points that you would gain over time. And when you would start to get to these later stages in the game, you'd basically be like, okay, I'm at, 200 or whatever. Or not even that, I'm at 150. And it's taking me so long to get just 1 point that it basically makes it almost impossible unless you are literally using this skill every single fight over and over and over again to level it up. And personally, I'm not a big fan of grindy gameplay. There is a time and place for grindy gameplay, don't get me wrong. I like a good grind as much as the other guy, but the point is, I would much prefer, for a series at least, to speed things up just a small amount. And it makes things just that little bit more dynamic and a little bit more enjoyable for both myself and for you, because let's face it, you don't want to have a break in between episodes of like a couple of days, like 4 or 5 days, because I'm literally just spending all the time off screen trying to level up my skills. That's the entire reason for the tweak mod. Obviously, it does provide a whole bunch of other improvements as well. It is not just experience gain. It is basically every single thing that you can think of. It basically it can change anything you want about your gameplay experience. And I think that if you don't have it installed, it's probably something you want to check out, because even if you are indeed a purist when it comes to playing native with the base game, and playing with no mods whatsoever, I don't know why you wouldn't play with some mod or another, but, let's just say that you're playing with nothing at all, then I think you probably need to give it a go. Because, in my opinion, these kinds of games, they are meant to be played with some kind of modification. Something. It doesn't have to be something amazing, it doesn't have to be something extravagant, or it doesn't have to be a total conversion, it doesn't have to give you amazing amounts of armor or new units or anything like that. It could be as simple as just adding, well, some kind of gameplay effect, or maybe not a gameplay effect. Like, for example, in some of my other unmodded series, quote-unquote, unmodded, I had this mod that would give me a readout of how much experience I was getting every single time I performed some kind of combat action. So in other words, if I were to shoot someone, or if I were to use a polearm or a one-handed, or if I were to run or whatever, it would tell me exactly how much experience I gained for that particular action. That's exactly the reason why I know now that riding really, really fast and shooting your crossbow, or your bow in some cases, is a surefire way to increase your experience in both of those skills at an exponential rate. It is so incredibly fun to be able to do that. And that's the only reason I know that, because of that mod that basically doesn't change anything else. It just gives you that experience readout. So even if you go and you just use one of those, it's still giving you a gameplay benefit, which is really nice. And it doesn't change anything about the game. It doesn't say, it doesn't make things easier, it doesn't make things harder. It just gives you information. And as I say, even if you are a purist, I highly recommend just exploring a little bit on the Mountain Blade Nexus and seeing what's going on there, because it's going to open your eyes. It is going to absolutely open your eyes, and you're going to have a whale of a time exploring through all of the amazing creations that the community has made, and they are filled with passion. Absolutely every single one of them is filled with passion. Okay, this is a bit of a problem. Seems like Mr. Carfid here is filled with passion of another sort. He wants to absolutely take this. Please, come over here. Yes, he's actually coming, but it's potentially a little bit too late. Don't think I'm going to be able to head in here myself, which is a little bit problematic. But look at this. Do you see this button up here? Upgrade all troops? That's also another mod. It's just a quality of life improvement, you see. It's just a quality of life improvement that allows me to upgrade all of my units without having to go through every single one and then click on it. Yes. I mean, yeah. Some people act like I have literally, stolen everything from them and have insulted their mother and so on and so forth, and all their ancestors as well, by using mods that, may make the series just that little bit more enjoyable. But okay. People will be people after all. Anyway, this guy is actually not coming to help. Come on. Can you actually help now? Okay, he might be in range. Is he in range? I think he might be in range for this. Come on, let's do this. Yes. Okay, here we go. Now this is going to be an absolutely fantastic fight. Oh, wow. This is probably the largest fight that we have ever seen in recent memory, actually, in maybe the last couple of months, because most of the other fights that we've had have either been one-sided, well, demonic invasions by the opponent, or they've been, well, relative steamrolls by me against the enemy. So it's going to be pretty cool to see something this large. Unfortunately, as I've said before, I generally don't tend to play with a very high battle size, because my PC, at the moment, maybe it can't handle it, maybe it can. It really very much depends. I haven't changed the battle size for quite some time, but I do know that the developers have changed the optimization and improved it by a dramatic amount. And, well, it's probably going to be a lot better than it was before when I first started playing. So, yeah, I should probably check that out at some point. Oh, yes, lovely. Get murdered. Very good. Ooh, that was a nice hit. We actually took out one of the enemy vassals. That's good to see. Oh, I was really hoping for a little bit of extra damage there, but no such luck. But yeah, we're just kind of gonna be a bit more forward here, shall we say? I mean, I'm being very risky indeed. I'm actually just gonna tell them to auto-delegate for the most part. Can I do some damage here, please? Oh, are you serious? You absolute imbecile, Byron. You absolute imbecile. Okay, here we go, here we go. Maybe I'm going to be able to take out this guy. 90 damage, but not a kill. He must have been full HP or something. That's crazy. Nice. Okay, I'm almost at 175, so I really should have started using my crossbow much earlier in this fight. I was going for a headshot there, but apparently I missed. Again. Oh... How fantastic. Yeah, it's one of these, isn't it? Ah, look at this. I might actually end up dying here. Yeah, this is bad. Okay, thankfully I've got a pretty good shield on my back, so even if they do shoot me in the back, that's not too bad. Okay, now if I can hit from here, that's going to give me a massive amount of experience, but it's highly unlikely that that's going to happen, let's face it. Nice. Okay, that's some good. That is some good hit right there. Good, good. And now I'm hitting my own guy. Yes. That generally tends to happen quite often. Yes. Friendly fire. Amazing. And I hit him in the head as well. Did you see that? It's literally the, you know, one of those things that always tends to happen very, very easily to me. I'm very much capable of missing an enemy unit who is right in front of me. But tell me to hit one of my friendly units from, I don't know, from 200 miles away, and I'll be able to do it in the head without any problems whatsoever, just because of how terribly cursed my shots apparently are for some reason. Don't know why that happens, but there you go. I suppose it's amusing nevertheless. But I think we've lost someone already, actually. Didn't we lose? Wasn't that one of ours? I think that might have been one of ours. Well, that's not very good, is it? But I suppose we can't do much about it, unfortunately. Ooh, hello there. You're in a bad spot, sir. And you literally did not take any damage from my couch lance. Of course he didn't. Nice. He did, though. Okay, gotta be a bit careful, careful. Some of these guys have pole arms, and we definitely don't want to get murdered by them. Oh, nice. That was a good hit. Okay, we gotta be careful here. I'm literally outnumbered. I am sorely outnumbered here. Maybe I can do a little bit of manual thrusting against this fellow. Maybe that's gonna make a difference. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I can just shoot him in the face. Maybe. Nice! We actually got him in the head, but he survived. Oh well. Never mind. I'm still gonna continue attempting to take these guys down. Nice, there we go. And we retain our couch lance, which is very nice to see. We only have a 30% chance to do that. Oh, seems like we don't have any other enemies over there. I'm not entirely sure why my forces are not just charging in. Maybe we should just tell them to charge in at this point. Seems like the enemy cavalry is very, very passive. So let's just tell them to do that. Let's just tell everyone. Can I actually tell everyone? No. It seems like I can't tell everyone. So I'm actually going to continue putting them on auto-delegate because I am not the one actually commanding our forces. So that obviously makes a big difference. Oh, I think I might die here. Ooh, that was close. That guy had a rather good defensive attack prepared to try and thwart our efforts to couch lance him. $755. That's crazy. Okay, yeah. Seems like we're pretty good now. I don't think that was me actually causing them to charge right here. I don't think so, personally, but if it was, then that's good because we can finally get these guys dead, or at least I hope so. And you can see here just how many units we actually ended up losing. Nice. Oh, that was great. We kept the couch lance as well. Ooh, that guy, he almost had me right there. Did you see that? Yeah, he was just not prepared. He was just not prepared. If he was prepared, I think he probably would have bested us in that particular situation, because I think he had a much lengthier polearm, and that really makes a huge difference when it comes to cavalry versus cavalry combat, especially if the AI is using it. If the AI is using it, yeah, you can best bet they are going to have the best timing in the world. But when it comes to me using those kinds of things, nah. You could just ride it off right now, that's for sure. Anyway, it seems like we are getting a wonderful retreat from these fellows, and we might even be able to take the nearby town back. You can see here that I lost a very small amount of my own army, which is absolutely perfect. And I was able to get 32 kills. Me! Wow, you think about that, that's crazy. Alright, that's pretty nice. And otherwise, the enemy didn't lose too many units. But we're going to be letting most of these people go, because we do want to try and foster good relations as much as possible with as many people as possible, so that we can try to barter with them later down the line, and if they have a positive relation with us, then it will just be that much easier. At least we can cross our fingers and hope that that will be the case. Anyway, I don't think I'm going to be taking any prisoners. Should I take some oh, I actually have a lot of space. Alright, sure. I'll take all the prisoners then, why not? And we have a good amount of loot as well, as you can see. There's actually some pretty decent pieces here as well, but yeah, nothing really that we need at the moment. And there we have it. Alright, so let's have a look here. What is this guy gonna do? We actually took Galend. Oh, we took Galend as well? That's insane. I'm actually really surprised. Okay, so the rebel... Oh, look at that. That is absolutely perfect. Okay, so this town was just taken. They expended a huge amount of manpower being able to try and even capture this to begin with. And then the rebellion happened, and now they've lost it once more, which is absolutely fantastic. So we really don't even need to worry about this. So all we need to worry about is Galend now, which is fantastic. Wait a minute, where's some... Oh, yeah. We don't have Nathanos anymore. Yeah, I need to actually get him back. Maybe he's joined someone else's. That would be rather amusing, in my opinion, if he has actually joined someone else's party. Where is he? Are you serious? Did he literally get defeated and I didn't notice? Let me actually just take a quick look at the clan screen. No. Oh, yes, yeah. Alright, he was defeated. He is indeed a prisoner at Pen Cannock. No, sir. What are you doing there, you imbecile? I have no idea. Why did he do that? Why did he do that? That is actually kind of disappointing. It would have been very nice if he would have prevented himself from at least, you know, being defeated for a little bit of time. But that's the exact reason why, by the way, I generally tend to steer clear of making companions have their own party and then just leaving them to do their own thing, because they usually cannot be trusted for a variety of reasons, but the most prominent one, of course, is the fact that they generally tend to make poor decisions when it comes to fights and getting into fights and losing them. And that is pretty much what happened here, unfortunately. Alright, so we're just going to sell all of that, 9,000. This is the crossbow, by the way, that I purchased. It's pretty good, but I need to spec that perk to be able to use it first. So we're going to just head over there in a second. I'm actually thinking maybe I should recruit prisoners. Do you think I should recruit prisoners? I'm not entirely sure about that. There's a bunch, but they're Battanians mostly, aren't they? Yes, they're Battanians mostly, so I think I'm going to ransom all of them. I should really, you know what? I think I might make a character in the next series that focuses on roguery, because I think roguery is looking pretty fun. Although, I think that this final ability is really lacking. Increases loot amount by 1% for every skill point over 200. So, this is obviously very, very good when you actually get it, because it does increase your loot amount by 75%, and then obviously if it increases further beyond that, then you're obviously going to get 100%, 125%, and so on. But generally, does loot really matter at that point? I'm not entirely sure. I suppose it does, because I'm obviously having a little bit of problem with my money situation, so getting more loot is only going to be beneficial. But what else do we actually have here that is going to be kind of interesting to use? Your kicks stun your opponents for 50% longer. Well, I guess that's okay. Your town's town can smuggle in a 2 random food item per day while under siege. I don't know whether that makes any sense. Obviously, it has been some time since I have checked Bannerlord perks. So let me actually just take a quick look at Bannerlord perks, because they have graduated to 1.6.0, and if you check the description, I'm actually playing on 1.5.9, and that's 2 versions back from what is the most up-to-date. And in 1.6.0, Roguery is fully implemented apart from 2 perks. One of them is this one. Wait a minute, where is it? Yeah, in best light. So obviously, as you could see, this is not implemented still, even in this version and in 1.6, and as well as this one. This one also is not implemented. But what else is there actually? When you have any amount of criminal rating, you suffer 50% less trade penalty. That could be very useful. Your crime rating decreases 20% faster. 30% higher chance of enemy surrender. So in other words, bandits, villagers, caravans. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I think I might have to do that, because that sounds like a pretty fun idea. Anyway, can reload any crossbow on horseback. I will be taking that. Thank you very much. That is something that I've wanted ever since we started this, and now we finally got it. Okay, prisoners in your party are 50% less likely to escape, and prisoners in the governed town are 50% less likely to escape. Okay, so obviously if I was taking prisoners, this would probably be something that I would go for. But I'm not taking prisoners right now, so I will just take the other one. But if you are taking prisoners, I recommend taking this one. I think that this one is probably going to be very, very powerful for you. But I'm going to take cavalry tactics, because I just don't take anyone at all. Alright, so let's have a look here. Governed settlements gain militia. All troops in your party gain an additional 1 experience per day. Again, in my opinion, this is useless. I feel like you should get 10 experience per day for a 200 skill level perk. That's just me. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Troops in your party gain 5 hit points. Huh, that might actually be kind of cool. Yeah, I'm going to take the 5 hit points, even though 5 hit points, once again, is really bad, but, you know, I'm going to take it nevertheless. I think what we're going to do as well is I'm going to spec a little bit more into leadership. We're going to put another point into intelligence as well. As you can see, I've actually been increasing my engineering skill by a massive amount, because next time we go into a siege, which should be relatively soon, maybe, I want to be very, very fast to level it up. So I want to, as much of a bonus to our learning multiplier as we possibly can. Okay, he joined an army. Alright, yeah, that doesn't seem to be working for us then. And it seems like our war exhaustion is exactly the same no matter what. Where's this guy going? He's besieging this castle. That might make sense, but I kind of want to... Is he going to get released, whether I do that or not? I mean, he will, eventually, I suppose. Let's actually join this, join the siege. Join the continuing siege. Does that mean... Can I actually get engineering? Yes, I am actually getting engineering right now. That's fantastic. Are you... Did you... Where's he gone? Did you see that? He literally just left. Well, I'm here. So I'm going to continue, I guess. Building a trebuchet. Let's just move that away. Thank you. Actually, no, let's not move that away. Let's just put that out there. Okay, yeah, he did this completely wrong. Okay, he needs to do that. There we go. Alright, so that's going to work, hopefully. And if the other guy's army comes along, then I'm obviously going to cancel as soon as I possibly can, because that would be very dangerous. But we're leveling up our engineering, and that's what matters, I suppose, right? And obviously our army, you know, our friend's army is free to do whatever he wants to do. Maybe he's actually going to go and attack something else. And it seems like my castle is now under siege, but I don't really mind that so much as long as my town is still quite safe. So we'll hope then and just cross our fingers that that will be the case. Okay, so there we go. Fantastic. And now let's place all of these out here. And let's build another siege tower as well. Okay, cool. Let's try and get 50, shall we? Yeah, there we go. We got 51 already. Okay, that's great. Yeah, it's much, much quicker to gain an engineering skill when your trebuchets are actually attacking or your siege equipment is generally doing damage to the opponent. So I'm hopeful that we will be able to do quite a bit here, maybe even take down the walls. If we can take down the walls or at least take a little bit of the garrison out, then we'll be in a nice situation. And, wow, look at how much damage they're dealing. Wow, yeah, having engineering perks and those perks actually working, that's insanity. Just look at how much damage we've dealt so far. Obviously, we've lost a lot of our own units as well. Wow. What? How did I... Wait a minute. What? How did I just lose... Didn't I have like 160 units? What actually happened there? Huh. Okay. I'm actually kind of speechless at this point. Because I thought to myself, oh, they're just being wounded, you know? Because that's usually what happens. There is a little bit of, you know, little bit of casualties on either side. You know, usually you either eliminate a couple in the garrison, and then when one of your siege engines gets destroyed, then you lose a couple of units yourself, because obviously those people in your army, they're the ones to be manning it and shooting the enemy with it, and so on and so forth. But to actually lose these units straight up, that's kind of weird. I'm not entirely sure. I really have no idea. But anyway, I suppose that's actually going to be it for this episode then. I was actually hoping that we could do more fights, but... well, apparently the Bannerlord gods did not want me to do it. So I guess we'll save that for the next episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.